Anyways, that's not what you do. You actually need to take the Rubaiyat and stick it in a different coal chute. Yeah. That shows the intelligence of Vlad. You know, he doesn't find it in the one coal chute that he was told to, so he won't bother checking the other ones. Yeah. Oh gosh, it would save so many problems if I could get in there right now.
Crikey, how'd you get here? Sorry, passengers aren't allowed to enter the cargo hold.
Well, if the guy doesn't assume that you're a stowaway, you were down there to steal anything. It's like, oh gosh, no, you're not allowed to be here. So anyways, now we're just going to go off to see Sasha Barbican, who's in here.
Yes? You found him. Sasha Barbican of Barbican Galleries. Now, what is it that I can help you
I've come to steal all your shit.
For Vlad? He's on board? Please come in.
That door just closed twice.
I told him I'd pay his ticket, but he was too proud. Such a tragedy about his family. They were with my mother's people. When Austria took Bosnia, they were killed. Many were. With his family dead, America seems as good a place as any for Vlad.
Because, I mean, it's the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Vlad, I don't know. Here, his things. He'll be glad to get them. It's rather late.
Little do I know, there's probably a bomb stashed inside that thing. Anyways, now that we have the package, we need to go through the journey of getting all the way to the bottom again. See, you can't do the fast traveling when you're down in the engine room or when you're in the cargo hold. It's a little annoying. And you're actually not allowed to do it at the end of the game either when the Titanic's sinking for obvious reasons. Anyways, let's give this dude his package.
Thank you.
There, that'll be $5 for shipping charges.
Bad news. He will not be happy. I am looking for something very important, but it's not here. You have seen a small... It is of no importance. Good night.
I lack the intelligence to look in the other coal chutes for it. So anyways, after all that, you finally get your hands on the freaking Rubaiyat. So now we gotta go all the way back and tell Penny. Still though, if you look around, the game is pretty impressive for its time. Now granted, there are a whole bunch of other games that came out in 1996, and like Ocarina of Time, and Resident Evil, but still, this was pretty interesting.
Did you get it? Did you find the Rubaiyat?
You better believe it.
Let me see. That's the Rubaiyat, all right. Well done.
Holy crap, that was a compliment.
Leave it with the purser for safekeeping. It shall be undisturbed there.
Yeah, I met an Anakin Skywalker ripoff down there.
I don't have any information about Vlad, but the other fellow, look here. Zeitel's Titanic contact is a London art dealer named Sasha Barbican.
Wow, I love that she just keeps pictures of these people in her pockets. I wonder if she's stalking any of them.
He's not about selling stolen merchandise. The files say he's Serbian, interestingly enough, with links to some shady Balkan groups. Smashing. What have you learned?
There's no spoon?
More art? Zeitel's no connoisseur. No, there's something about that painting of interest to the German High Command.
Now, what's really interesting about the painting is there's actually plans for World War II in the back of it. It's like I said, it's a really, really interesting premise in the game.
Bring it back here. Remember, leave the Rubaiyat with the purser for safekeeping.
Don't worry.
He might also know where the painting's stored. Sneak a peek at his cargo manifest.
I'm sure he'll let me do that.
Cargo stored somewhere beneath the forecastle deck. Things are thickening up quite nicely, aren't they?
Like a nice boiling stew.
We've got to get our hands on that painting. Don't fail.
I wonder if she'll tell me that again. Anyways, yeah, every time you see that, it means that time has progressed. Time actually stops in the game, and however, if you talk to too many people, time keeps going on. That's why you don't waste your time.
What do you want? Why, what do you know? Not that it matters. I'm much too busy. I must... Help?
So, pretty much we have another chore to do. Yippee!
Very nice. Security is our first priority. I'll put it in the safe. Glad...
I love how I bring this book of diamonds with me, and the guy's just like, oh yeah, I'll put this away for you. So, anyways, right now we're gonna go meet Andrew Conkling for the meeting we should have done earlier, but whatever.
Hello, I'm Conkling. Good of you to come. I trust you're finding the accommodation satisfactory?
I don't know, everything kind of looks...
You're welcome. White Star's anxious for everyone to be as comfortable as possible, particularly on the maiden voyage. Sorry to seem mysterious. You must understand someone in my position, an investor in this ship, needs discretion.
Is the better part of valor?
You're under no obligation, of course. I have a slight problem. You may be able to help.
Oh gosh, another
A servant
chore
has
I
stolen an important
hear.
business document from me, and I must recover it. A few years ago, my wife Beatrix hired a young Irish girl as maid in our London house. We treated her well.
A little too well,
2 weeks
it
ago, she
figures.
up and left without notice, taking a certain letter with her. I'd given up all hope of recovering it, until my wife spotted her this morning on the third-class promenade.
How convenient.
Needless to say, I checked with the purser. She'd been scheduled to sail on the Philadelphia. But those passengers were transferred on board the Titanic because of a coal strike.
So, why am I
Government
doing this
officials,
again?
friends of mine, told me a bureau agent was on board. I found you through Mrs. Cashmore.
You know, if a ditzy woman could find me and figure I'm a bureau
But she
agent, what
does
has
have a
stopped
knack for
Zeidel from
accomplishing.
figuring this
Look,
out?
will you help me? You will be rewarded handsomely.
Ooh, another reward. Wait,
name
no,
is
no,
Shayla
no, I'm just doing another
She's
fetch quest.
prettier thereabouts.
No!
I was her benefactor, one might say.
Gosh, I'm telling you, Link would tell this guy that he
Confidential
has no
business
life
matters.
because of all the fetch quests he has
Conkling
to do.
Steel provides steel for ships. This ship, for example.
And of course, anyone who
If
knows
the
their
contents
history
of
about the
letter were
Titanic knows what
publicized,
was wrong with the
our
steel.
competitors would profit greatly. I've gotten word to her to meet on the poop deck. Go in my place. Tell her there'll be no trouble if she returns the letter. Afterwards, report to me in our suite, B59. Her name is Shayla Hacker. Good night.
Au revoir. So anyways, now we gotta go to the poop deck in his place, and... Now, why do they always call it the poop deck? I guess, arse deck wouldn't be such a great name.
What did I tell you, Shay? I knew he'd not come in person.
I love this guy. He's trying very, very hard for an
He
accent.
did send you, didn't he?
I told you, it's a trick. I knew Conklin wouldn't come. He sent one of his cronies instead.
Oh my gosh, my Irish accent.
I'm her brother. And Conklin, because of him, Shayla's had to leave everything and everyone she knows.
Jack, don't.
That son of a bitch. She was his maid and all the time violating it.
Violentness.
Jack, I have no
Oh
more.
man,
Go
someone
on,
ripped a
Jack,
bird
say it.
out of the
You
nest.
tell Conklin we have his letter, and he'll not be seeing it till he coughs up a tidy sum too.
How much?
5,000, do you hear? Dollars. Enough to get her started right.
Sheesh. Considering all things, back then that was like
Hand
$40,000,
against us, I'll make sure the newspapers
$50,000.
get the letter and print it.
Well, in our money
So
today.
tell Conklin. 5,000. Measured against what he has, it's a bloody bargain.
I don't know. Every time I listen to this guy, I think of Atlas from Bioshock.
$5,000. Then he'll get his damn letter. Agreed?
It's not just the accent, just the way he acts. Sent. Anyways. So yeah, after that little meeting, now we go and we have to go talk to Conklin again, who's in B59.
Come in. I'd hoped to meet you earlier. However, my wife and I were calling on the Astors. Madeline's pregnant. Beatrix was thrilled. We have no children. I see. It's a ransom. May I present Mrs. Conkling?
Look at that!
You should pitch the ungrateful girl overboard.
Oh gosh!
Your clothes, French cut. Quite fetching. Delighted to meet you.
Of course, me too. And
Beatrix is on her way to California.
how many birds
She's
did
got
you
a
have
new
to kill to get
project
the
in-
hat?
Where is it, dear?
Yeah, on an interesting note, she
A town,
makes up the
someplace
Beverly Hills
called
Hotel.
Los Angeles.
We were just talking about...
Anyways, I skip a lot of
My
this.
husband-
Basically, what they tell you is you need to go talk to
wife-
Shayla in private and try to convince her to give you the letter. Which I will do that later. But for now, we need to do something I was supposed to do beforehand. And that was go talk to Riviera in the smoking room. That's what I was going to do with Max. But now Max isn't there anymore, and we'll have a lovely chat with Riviera. And, if any of you guys have ever played any other Cyberflix games, you might actually recognize this guy from the game Dust.